James and the Giant Peach, Chapter 14. "We're off!" someone is shouting. "We're off at last!" James woke up and jumped and looked about him. The creatures were all out of their hammocks and moving excitedly around the room. Suddenly a floor gave a great heave, as though an earthquake were taking place. "Here we go!" shouted the old green grasshopper, hopping up and down with excitement. "Hold on tight!" "What's happening?" cried James, leaping out of the hammock. "What's going on?" The ladybird, who was obviously a kind and gentle creature, came over and stood beside him. "In case you didn't know it," she said, "we're about to depart forever from the top of this ghastly hill that we have all been living on for so long. We're about to roll away inside this great big beautiful peach to a land to a land of what?" asked James. "Never you mind," said the ladybird. "But nothing could be worse than the desolate hilltop and those two repulsive aunts of yours." "Here, here!" they all shouted. "Here, here!" "You may have not noticed it," the ladybird went on, "but the whole garden, even before it reaches the steep edge of the hill, happens to be on a steep slope, and therefore the only thing that has been stopping this peach from rolling away right from the beginning is a thick stem attaching it to the tree. Break the stem, and off we go." "Watch it!" cried Mrs. Spider, as the room gave another violent lurch. "Here we go!" "Not quite, not quite. At this moment," continued the ladybird, "our centipede, who has a pair of jaws as sharp as razors, is up there on the top of the peach nibbling away at a stem. In fact, he must just nearly be through it, as you can tell from the way we're lurching about. Would you like me to take you under my wing so that you won't fall over when we start rolling?" "That's very kind of you," said James, "but I think I'll be all right." Just then the centipede stuck his grinding face through a hole in the ceiling and shouted, "I've done it! We're off! We're off!" The others cried, "We're off!" "The journey begins," shouted the centipede. "And who knows where it will end?" muttered the earthworm. "If you have anything to do with it, it can only mean trouble." "Nonsense," said the ladybird. "We're all now about to visit the most marvelous place and see the most wonderful things. Isn't that so, centipede?" "There is no knowing what we shall see," cried the centipede. "We may see a creature with 49 heads who lives in the desolated snow, and whenever he catches a cold, which he dreads, he has 49 noses to blow. We may see the venomous pink spotted scrunch, who can chew up a man with one bite. It likes to eat 5 of them roasted for lunch, and 18 for its supper at night. We may see a dragon, and nobody knows that we won't see a unicorn there. We may see a terrible monster with toes growing out of its tufts of his hair. We may see the sweet little bitty bright hen, so playful, so kind, and well-bred, and such beautiful eggs. You just boil them, and then they explode and they blow off your head. A gnu and a rhinoceros, surely you'll see that the ginormous and ginorable gnat, who stings when it stings, you goes in at knees and comes out through the top of your hat. We may even get lost and be frozen by frost. We may die in an earthquake or tremor, or nastier still, we may even be tossed on the horns of a furious dilemma. But who cares? Let us go from this horrible hill. Let us roll. Let us bowl. Let us plunge. Let's go rolling and bowling and spinning until we're away from our old spiker and sponge. 1 second later, slowly, insidiously, oh, great gently, the great peach started to lean forward and steal into the motion. The whole room began to tilt over, and all the furniture went sliding across the floor and crashing against the far wall. So did James and Ladybird, and the old green grasshopper, and Miss Spider, and the earthworm, and also the centipede, who had just come slithering quickly down the wall.